lot of similarities if you follow the stories and like what are they saying? I mean,
Right.
all of them have some sort of a creation myth.
Well, I'm.
But isn't that odd though
Y-
that a creature, if you think of human beings as a
mm,
creature, that a human being that's never created a being itself has this idea that a magical force that is all knowing and all loving created, not they evolved, not they came from this and they learned they got better, but that they were created. And that seems like a universal story, the created story.
that's only because the duck that's outside of my house right now believes that. So
What?
the duck is sitting on 6 eggs on a nest right by the house,
Uh-huh.
right by a 250-pound dog, a alibi, um, and believes that it has life that it's sitting on, and it's gonna come from that, and that there's somebody there that looks out for them, and makes sure they're fed. And in the Bible story, it says the sparrows said, like Jesus said, who feeds the sparrows? Like worldwide, there's how many birds? Like billions and billions and billions of birds. Like who's feeding them every day? Like real talk, right? Yeah, because what you're looking for is you need to find a mistake. That's how we would know maybe there's no creator. But we don't go through our regular life seeing things and thinking nobody created it. Like, that would be as weird as us being in this room going, nobody made those curtains, nobody made these cameras,
Right.
nobody made, like, what? We never have evidence of that.
What do you think? Why do you think people have a reluctance to take in the idea of a creator? Like, what do you think about it to them? Is there's some people that fancy themselves as intellectuals and they refuse to take in a concept for which there's no proof, and that's what they'll say. They use this very reductionist view of what God is, and they'll say there's no proof, and that they're a staunch atheist, and a lot of them they even talk like religious people. They almost their atheism becomes a religion instead
Well-
of being completely open-minded to the possibility that you have zero idea what happens when you die.
A lot of people that are atheists don't like God, and God would have to exist for them to not like. So the whole thing is, if you were to believe in the Big Bang, you would have to believe that had happened several times throughout history, just because that's what we've seen from everything that's
Right.
been created.
We don't see one individual unique thing that exists and is responsible for all things, except the Big Bang. That was what Terrence McKenna always said.
There's too much thought that went into certain things, like the fact that you can study all the butterflies and not one of them has a sense of humor. You know what I mean? But me
Yeah.
and you do. And
Yeah.
like it goes for all humans. If universally, if we see somebody trip and fall, we
Yeah.
all laugh no
Yeah.
matter what our back. Like there are certain, like there's that. I'm trying to think of what the reasons are to not believe, but I can't remember what they are because it doesn't line up with anything. Like and we would have had to have gone in space and there'd be no other planets, just this one,
Just that's it.
for this story to make sense universally. Like we're at a terrible time in history to say, oh, we don't believe in people from outer space when we can go to outer space. Like it's almost asinine to try to make both of those make sense. And to think that there's our sun is not the biggest sun, right?
Not even close.
But it's the biggest sun we ever gonna see,
Yeah.
right? So it's the biggest fucking sun, right? But the truth is, no, it's way bigger. Like, right, like that. A thought went into picking this particular sun for this planet and the moon and the positioning of, much as if you were building a house, like you would put particulars in, like Kid Rock,
Yeah.
like Kid Rock, to make sure that throughout the time period of history, you put a stamp and a mark on it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why if you were extraterrestrial, let's say, and you were going to build one building on this planet, it would be the pyramids.
100%.
Like, most people don't even understand that there was a whole outer covering on that thing, and gold capped at
Gold
the top.
cap,
Like,
smooth
it was
limestone.
a, it was a planetary monument.
Yeah.
Right.
You might be right. It makes more sense than the idea that these people pushed those things into place and then got them hundreds of miles out of the mountain with ropes. Shut the fuck up.
Throughout history, we have not done things that did not profit us, and not 150 years from now.
Right.
Now.
Right. Now,
Always.
always.
All through history.
Right.
So to be thinking that this particular civilization, oh, you know what we all care about? When he gonna die. We all, I dedicate my life to when he gonna die. I'm gonna die while I.
Yeah.
No, history doesn't say that in any way.
It's also the sheer mass. 3,200,000 stones in the Great Pyramid. That is so much mass.
All of the wonders of the world are truly that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of them too, man. The wild shit that they're digging out of Turkey is nuts too. That's the Göbekli Tepe place where they found 12,000-year-old structures back at the time when they thought people were just using sticks and stones and hunter-gatherers.
No.
They had
Because the
stone.
whole time they were saying that it was there.
Yep.
But understand, these are the things worthy of a war, just so you know.
Worthy of a war. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? All throughout history, like, you know what I mean? That's the only thing a rational person can take from Hitler's story, is being able to see what if you had unlimited resource and ability to just follow global rabbit hole. You find out that most stuff that is labeled BS is not BS. BS is very hard to come by.